Yo, 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 YouTube. We are back bringing you another wonderful cigar review this beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's your man Boris.
And Esteban.
And today we are smoking on the Perdomo double-aged 12-year vintage cigar.
So let's go ahead and just jump right into this.
Sure, and I wanted to give you guys a chance to see this band. Let me talk a little bit about Perdomo, they're just class. I mean, their cigars look beautiful. Their presentation is awesome. I'm getting kind of close to the band on this one, so I'm going to take it off, but I wanted to give you guys a good look at it. But look at this beautiful band. You can see how big it is. It's just beautiful. One of the things that I like about it, as I peel it off, is it has all the details about the cigar printed on the band. So if you want to look and see what it is you're tasting, or what you're puffing on, Perdomo does a great job of putting that on the label. And it's just a beautiful big band, so I like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, good information on what you're smoking is always key because it lets you know what their intention was to, like in flavor, what they wanted you to taste in the cigar that they produced. So I appreciate that, and it's a very good way to have it on the cigar for the customer to get it and know what they're getting into. Now,
we got the this is the Connecticut one, by the way. So for the double age, the 12-year vintage, they have a light one like this, which is the Connecticut wrapper, and then they have a sun-grown wrapper too, which is more of a, it's the darker of the two.
And then of course the Maduro after that. So you have your regular three types that you can try and see which one that you prefer. And jumping into this one, we came to an agreement to try this, and I think we made a great decision. When I first cut it, the cold draw was just like a straw. It was just that good, and that made it more appetizing to me to really light it up and give it a whirl. And the first initial light for me, it was a little woodsy, more cedar-like. And of course, it's the first initial light, so you don't really get into it that much. But going further into the first third of it, it actually says on here a buttery finish, and I can get what they're talking about because now that I know what their intention was, I get that. I can see what they're talking about. It does taste a little bitter at the end, which isn't bad. I don't hate it. I actually do like it, and it's very creamy, real creamy. It's a great first cigar of the day for you guys out there that like to drink your coffee and just eat something really light. This is perfect for that.
Yeah, going off of the tasting notes on the actual band itself, it's supposed to be a smooth smoke with a creamy complexity, slight hints of caramel, and cedar with a rich, buttery finish. So it's a mild cigar. I mean, as far as the body goes, I mean you come to expect that with a Connecticut shade wrapper. Most of them that I've smoked, the Connecticut shades, are a more mild cigar. They're lighter, so you're not, especially early in the day, don't expect a whole bunch of, in your face flavors punching you. It's just a nice, smooth, decent smoke for the first smoke of the day for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it has a ton of flavor, light, but a ton of flavor. And I love that. It's something that is unexpected in a lighter stick versus the other ones that we have tried. But this one, I mean, it's definitely worth the while to buy it and really try it out. The overall appearance of it is just really pretty. Nice gold wrap with a nice label like Boris showed you earlier. Nice color scheme, lets it know that it's serious and we're here and we're ready to give you something good to smoke, and that's what I get from it. So
yeah, and it's kind of a larger cigar. This is the Epicure size, so it's 6 by 56. So a 56 ring gauge, kind of I mean, you can hold it easily in your hand, but it's got a 56 ring gauge, so kind of a larger cigar, but not overpowering for sure.
No, I mean, like like you said, great first cigar of the day, perfect with any beverage of your choice. We usually like to start our cigars and for the reviews with coffee because it just cleanses our palate and it lets us get the full flavor of what the cigar is really trying to provide.
On that note, so we got our coffee today from a little local shop here down the road in San Antonio on Huebner called Aspen Brew.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, you guys have all heard of like craft beers, and cigars are a craft. Well, this shop was like a craft coffee shop, and I usually get my Americano that I usually like to get. They put a little scoop of chocolate in here, like a chocolate powder.
Oh, okay.
So it complements the espresso pretty good. And want to give a little shout out to Aspen Brew Coffee House. So if you're around the humidor, stop by the one Aspen Brew on Huebner and give them a shout out. And they got excellent staff. I mean, they're so nice. The lady that helped me out knew her coffee.
And it doesn't even matter how long the line is behind you. They take their time and they let you know what's going on and what they're putting inside of your drink. So, and then, they have like a line of their coffee brews that are all different. So like he said, it's like craft coffee shop and it's pretty awesome. So go check it out, grab you a little cup and tell us what you think.
Yep.
Showing some love.
Yep, gotta show some love. So let's just kind of go through, do our initial kind of review of the cigar, and then we'll talk about some other things coming up, like some local events that are going to be coming up as well. So, Esteban, you were saying about the initial look. Perdomo, they present their cigars in a very classy way. Everything from the box to the band to everything.
It's very consistent, and that's what we like about it, is that every cigar has its own little story on the wrapper, which it's really great because it's just so informative, and it's stuff that you probably wouldn't have even thought about, especially in the tasting and what they're trying to bring to it. And that's a great thing. And plus, it just smokes beautiful. Yeah. Nice smoke, keeps it going, stays lit. We haven't had to touch it up at all. So that's always a good thing. We don't really like the cigars, and we take points off of when they burn out or you got to touch it up. This one is pretty good in that aspect of things. So
yeah, I lit this one up with a match the whole time. So just to give you kind of a little look at how sharp the burn is. Hopefully you guys can see that. Very nice burn, very even, great combustion. It started to put off quite a bit of smoke. I mean, when you puff on it, but the smoke output is nice. It's not as bad.
Yeah, it's not overpowering at all. It's a good essence that comes out of this thing, and I really like it. It's his first one. I've actually had the opportunity to smoke this before, and I think Boris can appreciate what they brought to this. So.
Yeah, me, I'm more of a medium to full body. That's how I like my cigars.
And I think that's both of us too. So for us saying this about a light one, it kind of means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely has flavor. It's definitely a mild cigar. Definitely get that. It's very mild.
But the other thing too, though, is that it has all three types of tobacco in this. It has the Seco, the Viso, and the Ligero in it. Mm-hmm. So for it to have all three of those and coming out with this much flavor, I mean, it's definitely raising the bar on this vintage stick. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, and going back to that, the band is very detailed. So we talked about the Connecticut wrapper. The Seco is from Condega. I'm sorry. The Viso is from Jalapa, and the Ligero is Esteli. So, little side note. One thing I will say about the ash, I don't know how yours is, but my ash is a little bit flaky. I mean, it's burning right, but I'm getting like a bunch of little...
It's getting everywhere a little bit. That's probably the only thing. I think that's where you're going with that.
Yeah, this is probably, I mean, it's not, I don't know if you'd call it a drawback, because whenever you smoke a cigar, there's going to be ash that falls. That's expected. But I would say some of this is a little bit flaky. So be prepared for that. Don't wear your finest threads when you're smoking this, because they're probably going to get a little bit of ash somewhere. Is yours kind of flaking a little bit, or is that just mine?
No, it's definitely flaking. I'm getting it everywhere on me.
Okay.
Now that we're talking about it. And I guess I spoke a little too soon. I got to touch it up. Maybe I've just been talking too much. But that's the point.
We're an hour in. We're an hour in, and we're just now getting to like the halfway mark. So
How many inches long is this?
6.
6. So for us to be an hour in and we're pretty much just halfway, it's a pretty decent smoke. You're going to relax for a little while and really get the chance to enjoy it. So
Yeah.
that's always a plus.
One of the things I think Perdomo is also known for is giving you a good bang for the buck. So this cigar retails for $10.50, and we're VIP members here, so we get a little bit of a price break. But for $10.50 for a cigar of this size, very good bang for your buck.
It's really good. So you're getting your dollar's worth and definitely spending your time wisely smoking this. So if you ever get a chance, come over here to Huebner, sit back in the lounge, look at some nice little flicks on the TV, and enjoy your cigar, man.
Yep. So again, just kind of running down the cigar. The draw is excellent. Even from the very first cut.
Awesome.
I put a guillotine cut on this one. Excellent draw. I like the way that it looks. Looking at where the cut is, you can see the long filler of the tobaccos. Just a beautiful cigar. It's Perdomo quality and caliber for sure.
I don't even think I can say probably anything wrong about this cigar. Everything about it is up to par. It's Perdomo quality, like he said, and it's just a really great cigar. Tons of flavor, complex. I think it is a complex cigar. If you asked me, I would say that. And why? Because I get a nice woodsy note when I puff on it. When I retrohale, it's nice and bitter, like I said before.
Bitter or buttery?
Bitter. To me, it's bitter. So buttery, bitter. If there's I don't know if you can distinguish between the two. To me, it's probably the same, but it's not a bad thing. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think bitter can kind of have like a negative connotation to it, but it's not negative, right?
No. Like I said, I don't hate it. It's a good, like when you try a beer and it has like a little bit of a bitter taste to it. Some taste bad, some taste good. Like you don't mind it. Like it adds on to the character of the product that you're, working with. And this one, it works very well with the woodsy note to it. It balances it out to the point where I don't mind it, and it just goes well with it. And it tastes great with the coffee that I'm drinking. And that's always a plus. If you can't pair it right with something that you're drinking, it just makes it a little bit unlikable. And fortunately, it's working very well for me.
Yeah. I'm getting a ton of flavor. When I take a big retrohale, I kind of experimented a little bit and took a retrohale that's a little bit bigger than what I usually do, but it doesn't burn. And you just get all that flavor, in your nose and in your mouth, and the finish is good. It doesn't last too long, the finish, but you taste it and enjoy it.
And that's the other thing that's real important tonight is the retrohale. Is it stinging? Is it peppery? Is it too spicy and overwhelming to do and really enjoy it? I can't say anything bad about it. It's very good, very easy, smooth, and just easy on the nostrils. Holy cow! It's not a bad smoke at all.
Very good. So let me read you what Perdomo actually published on their website. This is an exact quote directly from their website talking about the Perdomo double-aged 12-year vintage. The Perdomo double-aged 12-year vintage is a blend of our finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. These rare tobaccos have been carefully bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged for an additional 2 years. Using their proprietary double aging process, each leaf of Seco Viso Ligero binder and wrapper is aged in a charred white oak bourbon barrel. This unique double aging process ensures the perfect color, texture, aroma, and flavor in these tobaccos, making each cigar a well-balanced and full-flavored smoking experience.
I don't even think I could have said it any better than that. That is exactly what I get from this cigar. The woodsy from the barrel, the aging from it, it leaves a great finish on my palate, and it makes it that much more enjoyable. I mean, bottom line, this is a good stick, and I'm amazed that I'm getting this much flavor from a mild cigar.
You know, when I take a puff and I just retrohale it real quick, I can taste the barrel.
Yeah,
Like, I can
the
taste
wood, right?
Yeah, from that barrel.
Like it's woodsy, but their intention was for the cedar, but yet they said that they put it in oak. But either way you look at it, it has that nice woodsy finish to it, along with that buttery bitter taste, which, like I said, I mean, those two going together in this is just really good.
So, I mean, quality of a cigar, I mean, sometimes when we just pick it up off the shelf, we don't know what all goes into it. But this cigar, I mean, these tobaccos are 12 years old. That's a long time. So, when you break it down, they age them in bales for 10 years. And then they put it in a white oak bourbon barrel for another 2 years.
Which is great.
And I think on the retrohale, that's what I can kind of taste is that white oak bourbon barrel.
Oh yeah, it's like, you know, when you age your liquor, it just tastes that much smoother. Well, this is what it is in just a cigar form, pretty much. It's really smooth. It's almost to the point where it's so creamy that I don't know. I mean, like, I'm kind of lost for words for it, but it's super creamy. And now that I'm this far into the cigar, the creaminess of this thing is just outstanding. It really is.
Yeah, I think for people that are, if you're just getting started with cigars, this would be one to start with. You know, this is a good base where it's, you know, it's not too powerful, not too full bodied, but it's flavorful.
It's not bland.
It's not bland at all. And that's, I think, my experience with Connecticut Shades. Again, the Connecticut Shades typically aren't my go-to types of cigars.
You know, I mean, Boris was a little skeptical about trying this because he didn't want to, you know, kind of waste his time with a light cigar where it was like smoking air. And I, you know, hearing what he's saying, he appreciates it, and that's the goal. And I think we achieved that with this cigar. And like he said, a beginner smoker to try this to really get the full potential of how a cigar can really bring its flavor to you, this is the way to go. Because there are a lot of starter cigars out there that, you know, are pretty bland. And this is where you're going to get all that flavor at. And it's going to let you know, or probably even influence you to move up and try maybe the sun grown and see how you like that. So going back to this, you know, you hear a lot of things about Perdomo and the stuff that they're bringing out because they have a ton of different options that you can smoke on. And for this being the lighter, like on the lighter side, it's just, I have no complaints about it. And I don't know, man. I mean, it really brings its full potential out. And I think I'm going to have my fiance try this one because she's more on the lighter side, and I think she would really enjoy this. She likes to smoke the Perdomo Champagne, which I haven't personally tried, but I think I'm going to bring this to her attention and have her try it out.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a big fan of Perdomo. I mean, I haven't really smoked a ton of their cigars. I've met Nick Perdomo Jr.
There's just so many to choose from, though.
Yeah, there's so many to choose from, but I think this is bringing some attention to him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm gonna probably start smoking some more Perdomos.
Let's try the sun grown after this.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, man. I kind of want to see how that one tastes like now. See, and that's that's what I love about a cigar. It excites me to the point where I want to try something different, like right after it, like the next one right after it, and see how that is. Because nobody likes to start from, bold to mild. They want to start mild to bold. And I think I'm going to be buying the sun-grown right after this. And yeah, I'm going to spend my Sunday smoking a Perdomo.
All right. All right. Well, guys, we want to thank you for tuning in today. I know we're hitting right about the 20-minute mark and don't want to take up too much of your time, but we appreciate your guys' support. If you like the videos, please be sure to leave some comments for us down below. Please subscribe to our channel. Trying to build our following a little bit better. And also, if you have some ideas of some cigars that you want us to try or do a review on, just let us know. Contact us. Send us some messages and comments, and we'd be happy to do that, because the cigar community, we're all one big happy family.
Definitely.
And there's one thing that we can all agree on is, everyone wants a good quality cigar, even though, everyone's taste palate's a little bit different. Good and great means something different to everybody, but it kind of helps to, get other people's opinions and feedbacks, and that way, when we do go out there and spend our hard-earned dollars on some of the enjoyments of life, might have a little bit more insight before we pick something up off the shelf, and also give some more motivation to the cigar manufacturers so that they keep putting out quality products for the consumers like us.
Yes, definitely. So find us on Facebook, share us with your friends, get our name out there, show us some love, and we really appreciate you doing that. So we do thank you for tuning in, listening to our opinions. Like I said, these are our opinions, and you let us know what you think.
All right, signing off. Good to Great Cigars. Y'all take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, and have an excellent week.
God bless.